All right, so we're gonna wait just a little bit to allow more people to attend. If you have your questions, go ahead and get them ready. I'll give it like a minute more for more people to come in. And then, if you don't have any questions and you're just hanging out really until someone does come in with questions just to see how things are done, you're more than welcome. I'm just kind of like going to talk and go through different things like that was in the email that I sent out. But I guess to ask, does anybody have any questions as we're waiting for more people to come in? Hi, Eddie. Hi, Rita, go ahead.
Nothing in particular. I'm sure if you have anything that you're going to present, that'll probably trigger some questions as you go along.
Yeah, absolutely. This is not really a presentation one. I figured that normally when I do a Q&A, people show up to see what other people are asking. And
Okay,
then that sort of, triggers a, oh, yeah, okay. This sort of triggers a reminder of a question that you want to ask. And
correct.
so sometimes I just start wandering. I wander down a path and that reminds so, oh yeah, I wanted to ask about that. So as people come in, they may ask their questions, they may not. So please, I'll pull my chat window up so you guys can.
Okay, so I have a question.
There we go. See?
So looking at the list of items in the Q&A session from the
Uh-huh.
email that you sent yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
said how to get help troubleshooting account issues.
Mm-hmm.
So which account per se are you referring to?
Your Miracosta account.
The Miracosta account.
So, so how do you get help when you're having an account issue? Let's say that you are remote. This is a common one. You are remote and you are prompted to change your password, and now you don't have access to anything. You can't get access to the shared drive. Microsoft Office isn't working correctly. So you are having an account related issue. So the point of that one, the when, where, and how to get technical assistance when you're having account issues, that is something. Let me pull the Zoom over, and then I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you what you can do. Make sure I share the right screen. So if we go to the main Miracosta homepage, and we go right up here to faculty and staff, and then we scroll down to information. I always like to come here because I don't know how many times a day I tell people to click on that faculty staff, scroll down until you see the colorful tiles. So it's just in my nature to go that way. And then you click on the ITS here. And then right over here is IT help desk. And within the IT help desk, you have their hours. So I have a dedicated area where when you call the help desk, I have 3 people now that will answer the phone and say, hey, you've reached the help desk. They may not start with, hey, but they'll, you called the employee, the Miracosta IT help desk. How can we help you? And then you kind of explain to them what your issue is. And so our hours for the help desk is from 7:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, Friday 7:30 to 5, and then of course we're closed Saturday and Sunday. But here is the contact information. You can call 6850 or 6655. You can also submit a help desk request. That's right there. You can also do a live chat, and you can actually chat with the help desk. If you don't want to sit on the phone with somebody, you don't want to put in a help desk ticket. You want to just be able to chat with them. You're just going to click, and it's not hard to get to the live chat. There's like 1 or 2 hoops you kind of have to jump through. So if you click on this live chat right here, and then this comes up, you'll see that this statement right up here, it says type in live chat to see if they're available. So this live chat will bring up every area that you can chat with. So if I type in live chat, I'm going to get, the first set of areas, and IT help desk is right here. And I can click on that, and it says that, I have someone available. Would you like to connect? I'm going to say yes. And then you're going to ask him, I need help with resetting my password. And it also tells you that there are 3 other people waiting, and someone will be with you shortly. So I need help resetting my password. You send that along to them, and then you are in a queue. You can continue waiting, and then they will respond right in here. Or you can come right back here to the phone numbers and you can give them a call. And so this would be for password assistance if you can't get access to the shared drive, if you're having problems, oh gosh, with just about everything with your account. If we don't know, we know where to send you. Go ahead, Rita.
Sorry, I was having problems unmuting.
Yeah.
So, and the live chat person would be there according to the help desk hours, or
Yes,
are they there at
that
other
is correct.
times? Okay.
No, just the hours
Okay.
of the live chat.
All right. Thanks.
And you have to remember also that the people that are calling the help desk and live chatting with the help desk is students, faculty, staff, community members asking questions about what classes are available, or that how to become a MiraCosta student, or information about non-credit classes, or faculty having issues with the projector not projecting on the screen. So there's all kinds of calls and chats and stuff coming in. Sometimes are not so busy, some are high busy. So if you do decide to chat, just hang on, they will get back to you, but they will get back to you. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. So that was the first one on the list. Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay. I kind of figured it would go this way, but that's okay. That's okay. If I'm going through something and you do have a question, like you're like, oh yeah, I forgot, I want to ask about that. Just unmute yourself. I have everybody's pictures over here, so I may not see your hand raised. Just unmute yourself and say, hey, Jill, and I'll stop, and then we can move forward with your question. So we kind of went over how to reach out for help when you do have accounting issue problems. Hi, Amy, welcome to the Q&A. I'm kind of just moving through some things, but if you have a specific question, please let me know. If you came to just watch and listen, if somebody else had a question, that's absolutely perfect.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So we talked about how to get help when you're having issues accessing your account. or just issues with your account, period, like you're trying to get into Outlook and Outlook isn't bringing in all of your emails. What could be the reason for that? So you would be able to call the help desk and get some help with that. If you purchased a new phone and you didn't a lot of times I get emails from people that say, you know, I purchased a new phone and then found your videos after I purchased my new phone on how to prepare to get a new phone. And so they're basically stuck. So if you have that kind of issue, or if your password just isn't working, so we kind of went through how to get help from the help desk, and that's what this page is. And you just basically make your way to the main MiraCosta homepage, you click on faculty and staff, you come right here to information technology, and then you click on IT help desk. And that information is right there. So since I'm just moving through this list, I'll go on to the next one, which is how to access and utilize Okta for secure identity management. So if you know, in today's world, almost every single account entity has a 2FA style process where you either have to get a code to your text message, a code to your email, or you have set up a authenticator of some kind. There are so many different authenticators out there. Does everybody know what I'm talking about when I say an authenticator?
Yes.
Okay, if you don't, it's absolutely okay to say, I don't know what that is, because that's fine, because a lot of people don't know what that is. So an authenticator is like Google Authenticator, Microsoft Authenticator, Okta Verify, if you use the app, is an authenticator also. So that's a secure way of accessing your account. Such as adding in Okta, you can add multiple 2FA. So if you have only Okta Verify set up on your account and you want to be able to use the self-service feature, let me go, I'm going to open up an incognito only because I'm logged into everything. And so it would just log me in. So if you're trying multiple times to get into your account and you get this unable to sign in, and you know, this unable to sign in is almost the same as your username or password is incorrect, because it's not really telling you if it's your username or your password that's wrong. It's just telling you that one of those is wrong. This one just says unable to sign in. It's really ambiguous because it's not telling you that it's one of these things. It's just saying, hey, you can't get in. Sorry. And you're like, well, why not? And so if you ever want to use these, if you ever get this and you want to, like, you know, you forgot your password, or maybe you've tried too many times and you think maybe your account's locked out, you can use self-service features such as forgot password or unlock account. But if you only have Okta Verify set up on your account, you can't use these guys. You can't use the forgot password, or you can't use the unlock account self-service feature, because for some reason, the system's own way of providing the identity that this is you, you can't use that. And I don't know why it's like that. It's crazy. But you can tell what you have on your account And if you need me to go over anything more, just say, hey, can you back up and go over that? Or what do you mean by this? Or I'm not quite sure where you were going with that. Can you go over that more? Just let me know. But you can tell what you're set up for authentication by coming right here to your name in Okta. And I got there just by going to okta.maricosta.edu. You can also get there from the faculty and staff by clicking on this and then clicking on the Okta tile right here. And that'll take you into Okta too. But clicking on your name in Okta and going to settings. Right down here in the extra verification area, anything that says enabled, I have enabled on my account. So I have Okta Verify, I have biometric, I have SMS, I have email authentication. Those are all set up on my account. So if the only thing that you have enabled is Okta Verify, if you do forget your password and you need to reset it, if you need to unlock your account because you tried too many times to log in, you're going to have to call the help desk or get into the chat with them to either send you a verification link to reset your password, or they have to unlock your account. But
Sorry,
if you,
Jill?
yeah,
Sorry.
that's okay.
What would be the benefit of having multiple methods?
So multiple methods, let's say, for instance, you have,
Is it because maybe you
well,
may be out of range with your cell phone or something, or?
that could be. So if you're ever taking trips, well, the first one is to have multiple methods, is if to have at least SMS or email authentication, as long as your email isn't the MiraCosta email, is to use those self-service features to unlock your account and reset your password on your own without being reliant on the help desk. You can do that.
So would that email be like your personal email address?
Yes. So
Okay.
if you go into Okta and you click on your name and you see your personal email here, that's perfect.
Okay.
Let's say if you're trying to reset your password and right here is your MiraCosta email. Well, you're
It'd be
not going to get
useless. Yeah.
that
Okay.
because it's going to go to your MiraCosta. But another reason to have either SMS or email is a lot of times people who are traveling on a plane and are going to be on a plane for a really long time, they have access to Wi-Fi, but usually self-service doesn't work. So if they have Wi-Fi, they can get email. So if they have email authentication set up, they can still get the code to get into their account. But if you have Okta Verify, which is reliant on self-service, and you have SMS, which is reliant on cell service, if you're going on to a plane or you're going out of the country, it's going to be hard to get access to your account because you're not going to be able to receive that authentication code. And we cannot, under any circumstances, remove the authentication from your account. It is a security feature that must be there. So that would be a good reason. Also, another reason would be if you lose your cell phone and you only have Okta Verify and SMS. Well, now we need to figure out something for you to be able to get into your account. So having multiple ways of getting access to your account is always better than relying upon one way. And you may be sitting there going, well, I've never had any trouble with Okta Verify. And what happens when you say something like that to yourself? It always happens like the next week or something. It's like, oh man, this isn't working for me. What did she say? So it's always good to add multiple methods of authentication to your account. So you can use, let me bring up that incognito window again and go to that. And I'll actually show you what it looks like. So I'm going to go to need help signing in. So if I wanted to unlock my account, I can put in my username here. And since I have both SMS and I have email, I could choose either one. You can use a voice call. It does go off of the number that I believe is in Okta that is pulled, I believe, from Workday, but it takes like 15 minutes to get that call. So if I do SMS and then I can see right here that that code has been sent because it doesn't say send code. I put in my verification and my account's unlocked. So now if I go back and try to sign in again and it's still giving me that unable to sign in, then I know it's probably my password. Or it could be the username, because if you put @miracosta.edu in front of your or behind your username, that Okta doesn't recognize that as a username. So let's look at the second part of this, adding multiple 2FA. How about configuring an email? So let's say you do go into Okta, you click on your name, and your MiraCosta email does come up here. How do you add a personal email there? Well, from here, you're going to go into, I'm going to go to Okta. Oh, why did it do that? Should have, let me go back to Okta. Should just log me right in. I'm going to go to Workday. And it's going to send me a push. The Okta Verify is very convenient. I do it on my watch, I do it on my phone. It is very convenient, but if you rely on that as your only one, if you do have issues in the future, it may cause problems. So in here, I'm going to go to menu. And I'm going to click on personal information right here. And I'm going to go to contact information. And then right down here under primary email, under home contact information, is this email address right here. Now, if this is your MiraCosta email, you're going to want to put a personal email in there so you can sign up for email verification. So right in here is where that email verification would go. This is going to go off of whatever email that you have here. So if in here you change this to something and click on submit, it takes an hour for that to get into Surf, and then you can sign up for email authentication. And then let's look at, the self-service feature like password reset or account. Let's say you don't want to set up for a phone number for SMS authentication, but you do want to be able to use the SMS for resetting your password through the app. You can do this one right here, forgot password text message. So if everything is grayed out and you're not really able to do anything, look for this green edit profile button right up here. You can click on that. You're going to provide your password. It's going to go off of the authentication, so the push is sent. Oh, this is perfect. So let's say you do have multiple methods of authentication. How do you switch between them? So right here is this little drop down right next to, because right now I have set up the primary one, and the last method you use for authenticating your account will be the one that defaults, but you can always change that default. So right now I can click on this down arrow and you can see I have Okta Verify, biometric, SMS, and email. So I can choose any one of these guys. And then if I choose SMS, the next time I go to sign in, it's going to be SMS. But if I don't want to use SMS, I can click right back here and go to Okta Verify. And then that will be my primary. So you can switch between them. It's not once you use one, that's it. you switch between them and, you go from there. And so right here, I have this email set up, or my phone number right there. So I can, use the forgot password, the SMS, one, and reset my password through the system. I don't actually have to set up SMS here. But it's always good to have multiple.
I'm
Okay, let's-
sorry, Jill,
Yeah.
I think you may have mentioned it before, but what, if you use Okta what
Mhm.
does it do? Because I've always been just using the SMS authentication to this
Gotcha.
point. So I was just curious
Sure, absolutely.
what
So,
the Okta
Oc-
does.
Yeah, so have you ever used, Google Authenticator or Windows Authenticator?
Google, yes.
Google, okay. So when you log into something that is Google related, you get a push to your phone. And then you approve it on your phone.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yes.
That's what Okta is,
And so it'll push it to where?
your phone.
It'll push it to my phone. Okay, perfect.
Yes, so here's the full process is you install an app on your phone called Okta. Once you get the app on your phone, you come in here and you set up Okta here. And then there's a barcode you scan.
Okay, so I have to download an app on my phone if I don't have it yet.
Yes,
Okay, all right.
yes,
Thank you.
Yes. And then once you scan that barcode, Okta and MiraCosta are now connected. So each time you get a push notification, it comes to your watch, it comes to your phone, wherever it is that you approve it from.
Is there somewhere in here that shows you where to download, like from the Apple Store or whatever?
Yeah, let me remove this.
Sorry to be hijacking.
No, that's what this is. It's Q&A. And like I said, I was gonna just start talking about things and people are gonna say, well, how do you do that? And that's what I expect this to be. So I'm gonna click on setup here. Of course, it's gonna ask me to verify my password again. And because I removed Okta, the very first thing it goes to is mail, probably because that was the last one that I set up. And so it defaulted to the mail. So I don't want to do mail. So I'm going to do SMS. And I'm going to hit this send code button and it's going to send me a code and I'm going to put that code right in here. Usually it doesn't take very long to get it. There we go. 73. Oh, no, come back. Thank you. 736491. And I'm going to hit verify. And then right here. Oh, I got to do it again. Set up. And so right here it says, okay, we're going to set up multi-factor authentication and it's going to be Okta. I'm going to hit set up and then it says, select your phone type. Now, if you're Android, you'll select Android. I'm iPhone, so I'm going to select iPhone. And right here it says download Okta from the App Store onto your mobile device. So that's when I would go into for Android, you would go into Google Play Store. For iPhone users, you would go into the App Store. You would search Okta and it has an icon that looks just like this. You would download and install it. I need to remove the JRing. Otherwise I get like 15 of them and I don't know which is which. And then once you have that downloaded, you just really follow the steps. Sorry, I'm trying to scan this thing. And I also have something I will show you in just a moment. Okay, so then once you scan that QR code, it comes up with a check mark. So because that was the last one that I signed up for, that will be the default one that I sign into. Bye, Eddie. Thank you for coming. If you have any questions, just let me know.
Thank you so much.
No problem. So, in the same area, the ITS, right here is a job aids tutorials. I'm gonna click on this guy, and right here is my S3 software how-to guides. Now, in this area, I have many guides sitting there, ready for everyone to use. And in here is an Okta guide. And in Okta, it's all about Okta. And this gives you everything that you will need to know about Okta. Adding and removing 2FA, setting up SMS, setting up Okta Verify, email 2FA. So if I click on Okta, you're gonna follow the steps within accessing and understanding your profile that tells you to go up to the right corner, click on your name, click on settings, and then if you need to unlock your settings, you'll click on that green button, put in your username, your two-factor authentication, and then you get access to the extra verification. And then it kind of takes you through. You click on setup, you click on setup, you select your phone, you click next, and then right here, you will be prompted to, you will be presented with a QR code. You'll scan that code. If this is your first time, you'll click on add an account. If it's not the first time, you'll click on the plus sign, you'll choose organization. You'll click yes, ready to scan. That'll bring up your camera. You'll scan it and then you're ready to go. And then you can use this code. So if you are in an area that doesn't allow you to provide a push, such as a plane, you can use or enter a code to verify your account. There's that little link right there at the bottom underneath send push, or enter a code. So then you can go into your Okta Verify app, grab the numbers, and this blue line tells you when those numbers are going to recycle. So once it gets to the end and then starts over again, you're going to have a set of brand new numbers. And then if you click on this, it's going to give you a box to enter these numbers into. And then the next one just tells you how to set up email 2FA. So this is here, and it gives you all kinds of information on Okta, how to sign in, what these things do, how to switch between different multi-factors to select the one that you want. Kind of goes over what is available to you in Okta. So this is here for you if you ever want to access this and read the information that's in there. Or you can come to a workshop and listen to me prattle on about this stuff. But that's right here in my training resources, my how-to guides. And you can always contact me for assistance with anything. And let me go back to documents. So there's a lot of different things in here, from Adobe Sign, all the way down to Zoom. So you can access that. And I have a lot of videos and stuff in here. So that is, so you can do the account unlock and password reset. Any questions on that before I guess I move on to the next topic?
No, this is very helpful. Thank you.
Okay, beautiful. Does anybody have any questions that they thought of while I was going through that? Any particular question that you want me to go over? Because this is all about you guys. You guys come, you ask me your questions on how to do something, and I tell you how to do it. Okay. If you do have a question, just stop me and we'll go over what it is that you have a question on. So let's talk about how to submit help desk tickets. I know that most of us have probably already done that. But if you're ever having technical issues, like you can't connect to a printer on your device, or you can't sign into your computer, of course, you can call help desk you can call help desk for all of these instances. But if you feel like you just want to put in a help desk ticket, you can go right up here to faculty and staff. And then right down here, you can get to help desk through SharePoint login, or you can click right here on employee help desk. And we kind of, if you haven't put in help desk in a while, a ticket in a while, it has changed. We did move to the online version of SharePoint. And so now it's a little bit different on the new one. And so if you haven't seen it in a while, this probably looks completely different. But under tech support, we have TargetX Help Desk, Media Equipment, PeopleSoft. So if you need iLink stuff, or you have a new employee who needs access to Surf for, helping students, hardware, software, if the scanner isn't working, a printer isn't printing, something's going wrong with your computer, Windows is coming up that it isn't licensed, or just about anything with your hardware or software. If your department wants a quote for something, user accounts, phones, emails, network, Wi-Fi, passwords, 2FA, etc., web systems, Canvas, website, portal, etc. So the event setup, if you want to book a room, or you're doing an event that requires multiple different areas, media services, facilities, custodial, table and chairs setup, you can go into event request form. And then services, building maintenance, custodial, grounds, landscaping. If you need keys or fobs, vehicle repairs, if your department has carts and one is broken, you can put in this. I've reserved a vehicle before, but I'm not, on great ground with that. It usually takes me kind of like fumbling around to find out what I need to do. Because I don't usually, reserve a vehicle, facility improvements. So these last two I really haven't done. But let's say you need to put in because let's say your webcam isn't working. You can come, that's built into your monitor. You can come right in here. It's going to load the form that we use in SharePoint. And so you would say hardware, and then you can look across the top. And if it's not, oh, there's the webcam. So there's the webcam. So you're going to kind of fill this out, title, webcam. Not working. You're going to give a description such as in Zoom. My camera doesn't work. Because that happens. In Teams, it works fine, but in Zoom, it won't work. And that's usually a browser issue or a application issue. And then a direct or cell phone number. So we require that to be able to directly call you, because there are times where we need to call you to ask more information, to get any kind of updated information that we need. Hi, Nirmala, I'm sorry, I just did a butcher job on your name. I apologize for that. So all I'm doing is just going over certain stuff that was in the email. If you have a particular question that you would like to ask, just unmute yourself and go ahead and ask your question. Otherwise, if you just want to sit and listen, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah. Hi, Jill. Yeah, I was muted earlier. Yeah, I don't have any particular question. I'm here just to see if there is any information that's new and I might use it in future. So that's why I'm here. No particular,
Okay, perfect.
but thank you for
Awesome.
offering. Yeah.
Oh, no worries, no worries. So yeah, I'm just kind of going down the list until, there's been a couple of different questions, and so I'm answering those as I go. Down the list, I am to submit help desk tickets and why you would do that and how you do that and where to go to get those. Most everybody puts in tickets. There may be some that don't know how, so I'm kind of going over that. There has been a couple of changes to the tickets. We've now added a direct or cell phone number because there are times where sometimes when you're frustrated because the software, the equipment, something is not working, so you're putting in this ticket and you forget to put in small information. So I changed it to make sure that you remember to put in a direct or cell phone number so we can call you. That can be extension directly to your desk. If you're at home, you can give a cell phone number if you don't feel comfortable. Most people who work remote do have soft phones set up. That's to be able to send and receive or make and receive calls to your extension. So once you 6849, so once you put a number in there and you set the urgency, you're going to go to the add details. And of course, we have it very much tailored to you. What campus are you at? What operating system are you using? Is the device a connected device, or is it a tablet, a desktop, a laptop? Is it for a classroom? I mean, if we have 2 tickets come in and one is for a classroom lab where there is an active class in the lab, we want to make sure that that class gets up and running right away. Of course, we have plenty of staff, so it wouldn't be like we're going to do this one and then yours. It would, of course, go to 2 different people, but we need to know if it's a classroom or staff, faculty or staff, a conference room, or even if you're remote, because if you're remote, you're probably using the VPN, which is Global Protect. And so we kind of need to shift our gears from knowing that you're on site directly connected to the network, or if you're remote using the VPN. And so whatever your message is, we can kind of shift gears to that remote rather than being on site. That we would like the manufacturer. So if this is a built-in webcam compared to a USB plug and play, we can give different options to that. For the built-in webcam, we're going to have, walk you through on looking at the settings and the drivers. If it's a USB plug and play, we're going to say, okay, unplug it, plug it back in. That's the standard thing nowadays, right? Unplug it, plug it back in, turn it off, turn it back on. And then the MCC ID. So that's going to be your computer number. And then, of course, the room area. Serial number is not highly important, but the connection is, if it's a wired device or not wired, and then you submit it from there. So in here, there are, you can go from software and it will retain the information that I have here. Okta, of course, if you have a new device, such as a cell phone, we're going to help you get set up for that. If you want help with setting up a personal email in Okta, or adding 2FA. If it's a password issue, we have this password issues in several different places, because wherever you go, if you are having passwords issues, we don't want you to have to guess where you're supposed to go. So if you go into software, hardware, there's going to be that password option right there. Okay, there's password. You could go into user accounts, and of course there's passwords there too. But we want to make it easy if you are having password issues. So that's kind of, oh, let me go back. Let me see if I can get to on that guy. So down here, you can also put in for keys and fobs. They're going to ask you a whole bunch of information about, you know, what room is it? What building is it? Who's your supervisor? Because they have to approve it, and then it goes from there. And then once it gets done, they send you an email saying it is done. Any questions on that? Beautiful. Okay, so let's talk about how to navigate and use key programs available to you in Okta, including Office and Zoom and Adobe. So in your Okta, you do have access to your on-site Office. You have Mail, you have Office, you have, or I'm sorry, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. You have OneDrive. So if you are on OneDrive, you can get access right here in Okta. You can also access your OneDrive via office.com. But this is a main place that a lot of people go. If you do work remote, you can get access to the VPN. You can access Zoom or your Google workspace, because you know MiraCosta does have a Google account for you. You're going to just sign in with your MiraCosta credentials into Google Workspace. The only thing that it does not provide in Google is Gmail access. So that's the only thing that doesn't have. Adobe, there should be Adobe in here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. So here's Adobe Creative Cloud. I can click on this, and this is going to go to Adobe Home, and it's going to tell me everything that I have installed. So these things I have installed, and this kind of tells me what my license is. I have Adobe for Enterprise, but I can access it right here. I can go to my apps. And this is Adobe Creative Cloud, so I can see that I have Acrobat, Premiere Pro, and Media Encoder up to date installed. But I could install Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Lightroom, all. We don't actually have a license for Lightroom, so I don't know why it's in there. We have Lightroom Classic, but not Lightroom. So I'm not quite sure why that's in there. And we have all of these guys. If you try installing something and it comes up and it says, please contact your administrator, that means that we don't have access to it. But it's in here for some reason, probably because it's part of Adobe. And so it's just there, but we may not have it in our MiraCosta plan. Let's go back here. Any questions on the applications?
Jill, do you know if Acrobat Reader is already pre-installed, or is that something that we have to install ourselves? Or if we want it, we need to ask the IT help desk to do it, or?
Do you have an MCC device, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you should.
Oh, there,
have-
it's there. Okay. All right. Sorry. I just
You
found it.
have Reader or Acrobat?
Adobe Acrobat, it
Yeah,
says.
so you have the full version.
Okay.
So Reader is the free version to be
Right.
able to view PDFs.
Okay.
Now you can sign into Adobe Acrobat, no, sorry, Adobe Creative Cloud at home to install the different Adobe programs on your home computer. You just have to sign into your MiraCosta account with within Adobe Creative Cloud. Just know that anything that you have access to on your work account is then going to be accessible on your home account. So just make sure that there's nothing in there that is sensitive information that anyone in your home can access. I hope that makes sense. That's the same as Office. I did a workshop, I think 2 weeks ago, that I talked about all the different free and discounted programs that are available to you. And I did talk about how you can install Office at your home, but that when you sign in with your MiraCosta account, all your work documents are then accessible on your computer. So you always want to make sure that that computer that you use, that you connect your MiraCosta accounts with, that as long as you just want to make sure that it's in a secure place if you do that at home.
Okay. Yeah. I went to sort of like where you're at, but not
Mhm.
through the Okta at the Creative Cloud, all apps,
Mhm.
but most of them are all buy now or free trial
Oh, on your, okay,
on
so,
my desktop. So I probably, if I need anything, I'll probably just ask IT to
Yeah.
install. Okay.
so really quick though, if you look in the top right-hand corner, do you see a sign in here or do you see a blue wave?
I see a sign in. I get it. Thank you.
Hey, you know what? That's exactly what this workshop is for. So awesome. I'm glad that we were able to do that. So go ahead and sign in with your MiraCosta username and password, and we'll see how that works. So let's talk about now how to request PIO information or items, sorry. So that's like name tags, business cards, and other PIO information. So we're going to access that through SharePoint. So yay, Rita messaged me that it did work. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Beautiful. So in here, I'm going to hover over departments. And I'm going to come right down here to Public Information Office. And then in here, we have access to business cards and name tags. So any permanent employee can request business cards. And then I believe if you are a temporary person, you can come in here and request. You know what? That's a really good question because I'm not quite sure on that. If temporary employees can request these. My suggestion, go ahead and try it. You know, whatever status you're at, come in here, request these and see if it goes through.
Sorry,
you
how
just-
did you get to that web
Oh, sure.
web page?
Sure. So I went to, that's that. I went to SharePoint. And then I hovered over departments. And I clicked on Public Information Office, which brought me here. And then I clicked on Business Cards and Name Badges Request Form. which opened up this guy. And so now you just fill this out if you want just name badges and or business cards. So if you want both, you're gonna select them both. If you need just business cards, you're gonna select just business cards, and if you need name badges, you click just name badges. This is your information, so you're gonna fill this out. And then for name badges, so they give you a little bit of information here for personalized name badges for student workers. Must have department dean approval, email approvals to PIO. So that has changed a little bit. All badges are limited to name, pronouns, title, and department. All badges have magnet backing. When I first started, they were the pin. And so all of my shirts ended up having little holes. There is limited space on name badges, so they give you a little bit of information here. You put the number, and then if you want special instructions for the name badges. I know that for my student workers, I just put student worker and that's it. And then up here, I put in the department. But if this is for you, you know, you would order one and then you could go from there. And that's the same for business cards. And then we are just about out of time. Were there any other questions before we go? All right. Well, thank you for joining my first foray into this new and existing MiraCosta employees. I hope to do this every 2 weeks for any new employees who want to come in and get information. And I hope to see you guys again. I'm gonna stop the board. Where's the record? It's here somewhere. Stop recording. Okay, there we go.